Cambridge IELTS 19. Very interesting tests. So we're going to go through this, and then I'm going to solve everything from 1 to 40. Okay? We're going to solve everything from 1 to 40. I'm going to try and explain my answers. Okay? If I see any answer that is giving me problem, I'm going to skip that. If I see any question that is proving too stubborn, if I see any question that is proving too stubborn, I will skip it, do guesswork, and move on. I don't want to waste too much time on any question. It's something that you need to learn to do. Learn to skip time-wasting questions. What did I say? Learn how to skip time-wasting questions and come back to them later. You understand? It helps you to conserve your mental, what's it called? Tenacity. It helps you to conserve your mental strength. Do you understand? So how do we solve questions? Ladies and gentlemen, what is the first thing that you do when you are solving questions in IELTS reading? The first thing is to read the statements and do what? Identify keywords. Okay? The first thing is to do what? The first thing is to read the statements and identify keywords. Read through the questions or read through the statements and do what? And identify keywords. Somebody is asking me, even in exam settings, yes now, even in exam settings, that's what you do. Okay, that's what you do. But you see, this is the problem. If you have not learned to do this thing before the exam, there's no way you will do it on the exam day. It's not possible. You will not do it. That's just the fact. So you need to learn to do it now. Practice doing it now and get used to it so that it works for you. If something doesn't work for you, you can't do it on the exam day. It's the one that you think will work for you that you end up doing. That's just it. So this thing I'm telling you to do now, is something that you should be doing now. Be practicing it now. Every time you do IELTS reading, do it. Use these techniques so that it can become part and parcel of you. And then on the exam day, the thing will just flow naturally. And it's going to, your work will be faster. That's it. That's how you do it. So please don't say that even on everything we are teaching you is what you will do on the exam day. Is how you should do things on the exam. That's what we are teaching you. So when you are practicing, you are doing things the way you would do them on the exam day. That's what you do when you practice. That's why I usually tell people that when you are practicing, don't practice in a noisy place. Because on the exam day, your exam hall will not be noisy. So why do you want to be practicing your IELTS in a noisy room? You are not doing yourself a lot of good by doing that. So we start with the keywords, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, 40 years ago, there were fewer butterflies in Britain than at present. So what is my keyword here? My keyword here is 40. Another keyword is Britain. Okay? What are keywords? Keywords are verbs, adverbs, adjectives, proper nouns, dates, figures, and amounts of money. So my proper noun here is Britain. My common noun here is butterflies. 40, that is a figure. That is another keyword. 40, 40. So I'll just go to the passage and I'll go and scan for those words. So I'll go to the passage, I'll scan from the beginning. I can see 40 years here. Can you see 40 years here? It's jumping at me already. So I'll just read that first sentence. According to conservationists, populations around 2/3 of butterfly species have declined in Britain over the past 40 years. What does this thing mean? This sentence here is a common sentence that shows up in academic task 1 writing. What is meaning of have declined over the past 40 years? So we are taking this lesson now in 2024. 40 years ago was 1984. Let me type it out. Let me explain what this sentence means, because sometimes 1984, that was 40 years ago. Now we are in 2025. Sorry, 1985. Now we are in 2025. Okay, we are taking this lesson in 2025. What this sentence means is that in 1985, there were plenty butterfly species. There were plenty of what? Butterfly species. But now, today, there are not many again. That is the meaning of decline. What's the meaning of decline? Decline means it has reduced. Maybe in 1985, there were, let's say, maybe 50 million butterflies in Britain. But today, if you check their population, maybe you see 14 million. That is the meaning of have declined. That is the meaning. Have declined. It has reduced. The populations of around 2/3 of butterfly species. So 2/3 of butterfly species, their populations have what? Have reduced. That's what I'm seeing in this first sentence of the passage. Now let's go and check the statement, number 1. I want to take time to explain this thing very well. 40 years ago, there were fewer butterflies. What is the meaning of fewer? What is the meaning of fewer butterflies? Fewer butterflies in Britain than at present. This sentence, does it support what I read in the passage, or does it contradict it? Let me see. I want you to type your answer. This sentence, especially these fewer butterflies, does it support what I just read now in the passage, or does it contradict it? It contradicts it. Thank you. Fewer. What I just read in the passage now says there were more. And the figures I gave you, I wrote 50 million for 1985. I wrote 40 million for today. And then, yeah, this statement is telling me fewer. No, it's not fewer now. Fewer means lower number. Lower number. That is the meaning of fewer. So number 1 is what? Number 1 is false. Somebody that doesn't know the meaning of fear will think that number 1 is true. Can you see vocabulary here? So number 1 is what? False. I'll just write false. Now let's move on. Number 2. Caterpillars are eaten by a number of different predators. Caterpillars is a keyword here. Eating, that's a verb, that's another keyword. Different predators, that's another keyword. So let's go to the passage. I can see caterpillars here. Butterfly eggs develop into caterpillars. Okay. Hold on. And in turn act as prey. Can you see paraphrasing here? This is what I call reverse word or opposite word. In turn act as prey for birds. What is acting as prey for birds? The caterpillar. Look at it here. Butterfly eggs develop into caterpillars. And these insects, which are the second stage in a new butterfly life cycle. In other words, caterpillar is what they are referring to. Caterpillar is the second stage. They consume vast quantities of plant material and they act as prey for birds, as well as bats and other small animals. So what am I concluding from this part? From this part that I just read now, this part that I highlighted here now, is that what? Caterpillars are a prey for some animals. Caterpillars are a prey for some what? Animals. Now look at this sentence here. Does that sentence, what I just said now, is this supporting number 2 or contradicting number 2? Who can tell me? What I just said now, is this supporting number 2 or contradicting number 2? I want you to put your answer in the chat box. Is it supporting or contradicting number 2? Thank you, supporting it. A prey. Caterpillar is a prey for what? For birds. Is another way to say that word. Birds are predators of caterpillar. That's it. Prey-predator relationship. That's biology. Lion is a predator of zebra. Zebra is a prey of lion. Those two sentences, they mean the same thing. That's what we call reverse argument. Okay, it's like somebody traveling from Ibadan to Lagos. Let's say Ibadan to Lagos is 100 kilometers. Okay, and then the person now gets to a particular point on the express. The person says, we are 40 kilometers to Lagos. We are 40 kilometers away from Lagos. In other words, if we travel for 40 kilometers more, we are going to get to Lagos. Another person now comes and says, we are 60 kilometers away from Ibadan. Those two people are saying the same thing. 60 kilometers away from Ibadan. It's just like saying that what? 40 kilometers to Lagos. Because Lagos to Ibadan is, we are assuming that Lagos to Ibadan is 100 kilometers. That's a reverse argument, just like what they've done here. Predator prey. Lion is a predator of zebra. Zebra is a prey of lion. Caterpillar is a prey of birds. Birds are predators of caterpillar. It's the same thing. They've paraphrased for you. So please, these are things that you learn as you practice IELTS reading. Question number 3. Phonology. This is a keyword for me. They've put it in, what's it called? Put it in inverted commas. Phonology is a term used to describe a creature's ability to alter the location of a life cycle event. The location. Location is a very important word here. Location. Alter is also a very important keyword here. So let's go to the passage and go and check. What does the passage say about this? Phonology. Is there phonology in paragraph 1? I can't see it here. What of paragraph 2? Is there phonology in paragraph 2? Yes, I can see phonology here towards the end of paragraph 2. So let's read that sentence that contains phonology. Scientists refer to the timing of such life cycle events as phonology. They refer to the timing of such life cycle events. So I need to go back. They are referring to something here that I skipped. So I need to go back to go and check again. So let me go to the sentence before that sentence that contains phonology. One of the main ways in which species are ensuring conditions suit them is by changing the time of the year at which they are active and productive. Scientists refers to the timing. What timing? Time of the year at which they are active and reproductive. Okay, so they call this timing phonology. So what is phonology? The ability of animals to change the time of the year when they are active and productive. Did you hear what I just said now? Phonology refers to the word ability to change the time of the year when you are active and productive. That is what the passage is telling us about phonology. Now, let's go and check the statement. What is the statement telling us about phonology? The statement is telling us that what? A creature's ability to alter the location. Error. Error. Can you see error here? The statement 3 is telling us that what? Phonology is about changing the location of a life cycle event. The passage is telling us that phonology is about changing the what? The timing. So can you see problem? So that number 3 is going to be what? It's going to be contradicted. Number 3 is going to be what? False. Changing the location is not what they asked. They told us about phonology. Phonology is about what? Changing the timing. So our answer should be false. Number 4, some species of butterfly have reduced lifespan due to spring temperature increases. So reduced lifespan is a keyword here. Spring temperature increases is another keyword. So let's go to the passage. Let's go to the passage. Spring temperature increase. I can see temperature here. Spring temperature is here. Very good. So let's focus. In Britain, as the average spring temperature has increased roughly by 0.5 degrees Celsius over the past 20 years, species have advanced by between 3 days and a week on average to keep in line with cooler temperatures. Hold on, let me check that statement again. The statement is that some species of butterfly have a reduced lifespan due to temperature increase. Okay? Reduced lifespan due to what? due to temperature increase. So let's go back to that passage. This is the place where they talked about temperature increase. Is there anything about reduced lifespan here? Let me check the first sentence. These advances have been observed. Indeed, most species are advancing. The average spring temperature has increased. Keep in line with cooler temperature. Is this a sign that butterflies are well equipped to cope? Reduced lifespan is not here, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say anything about reduced lifespan in this place where they wrote spring temperature increased. I can't say anything about reduced lifespan. There's nothing about reduced lifespan due to spring temperature increases. Reduced lifespan. That's a very important keyword. It's not here. There's nothing about reduced lifespan. There's nothing about reduced lifespan here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some people will say that because of this thing here, let me show you something here. Some people say that, okay, in the past 20 years, species have advanced by between 3 days and a week. 3 days and a week. Is that not reduced lifespan? No, it's not reduced lifespan. Forget it. This thing is a trap. It's not reduced lifespan. There's nothing about reduced lifespan in that. They're just telling us that the period for something has happened. The period for something to happen has changed. That's what that 3 days and a week, that's what it means. The period for something to happen. What's that thing? The period to, what's it called? The period to, I think, to reproduce or something. Maybe that's what this period is. It's not referring to lifespan. The lifespan of butterfly is definitely more than 1 week. Butterflies live for more than 1 week. So the answer to this question is going to be not given. Number 4, that's number 4. Number 4 is going to be not given. There's no mention of reduced lifespan. I didn't say anything about reduced lifespan there. Not given. Not given. Number 5. There is a clear reason for adaptations that butterflies are making to climate change. Clear reason is a keyword there. Adaptation is a keyword there. Climate change is another keyword. So let's go to the passage. We'll continue from where we stopped. You see that I'm not going back to the beginning to go and scan. I'm just continuing from where I stopped. We call it sequential arrangement of questions. We don't usually go back when it comes to true, false, not given. Okay? So, climate change. I can see climate change here. Climate change. See climate change here. Let's read the sentence. Is this a sign that butterflies are well equipped to cope with climate change and readily adjust to new temperatures? That this person is just asking a question. Or are these populations just under stress, being dragged along unwillingly by unnaturally fast changes? The answer is still unknown, but a new study is seeking to answer this question. So they are trying to answer the question. We don't know the answer yet. The question says, there is a clear reason for the adaptations that butterflies are making to climate change. Clear reason means we have answer to the questions. But that thing I just read now suggests that there's no reason yet. It says the answers are still unknown. Where is it now? The answer is still unknown. That is contradicting. There is a clear reason. There is a clear reason why they are adapting. We don't know yet. The answer is still a study is trying to answer it. So we are not sure. So that is contradicting what we have in that statement number 5. We don't know. There's no clear reason yet. There's no answer. Number 5 is going to be false. F-A-L-S, false. Number 6, the data used in the study was taken from the work of amateur butterfly watchers. So data is a keyword here. Okay. Amateur butterfly watchers is a keyword here. So let's go to the passage and scan. For amateur butterfly watchers. So this is our passage here. This is the place where we stopped the last question. First, the researchers put together data from millions of records. Butterfly enthusiasts, people who spend their free time observing activities of different these are amateurs. Yes, that one is true. Number 6 is true. The data used in the study was taken from the work of amateur. That's true. Number 6 is true. Amateur. These people are not scientists. Butterfly enthusiasts. It now defines them. People who spend their free time. A free time stuff is you're not doing it professionally. That makes you an amateur. Somebody who's not doing something professionally is an amateur. So you are doing it during your free time. That makes you an amateur. So they got their data from the records of these people that spend their free time observing activities of different species of whatever. So number 6 is going to be what, ladies and gentlemen? Number 6 is going to be true. Number 6 is going to be true. Okay? Number 7 now. Let's move on. Another set of questions. These are gap filling questions. Gap filling questions. Let's try and solve these gap filling questions. Again, we start with our keyword, ladies and gentlemen. What is our keyword here? Small blue. The small blue. The eye brown. Okay, I guess these are the names of different butterflies. All right, sounds like it. So I'm not going to go to the beginning of the passage to scan for those keywords. You know why? As I was solving the first set of questions, I didn't see anything like small blue. I didn't see anything like small blue or eye brown filtering. So I'm not going to go back. I'll just continue from where I stopped. I stopped there, this place where I saw butterfly enthusiast. I'll just continue. Let me go to the next part of the passage and look for small blue. Is there anything like small blue here? It's not here. Next paragraph. Can you see small blue? I can see small blue here. See small blue here. So I'll just focus. No need to waste your time. So let's look at it. For this species, such as Britain's tiniest butterfly, the dainty small blue, whose colonies are up to 100 strong. Some develop into butterflies early in spring, allowing their summer generations to complete another reproductive cycle by autumn, so that more population growth occurs. So let's check the statements and see what are we looking for. The small blue lives in large dash. Large dash. Let's go back to the passage. The small blue. Small blue. Britain's tiniest butterflies. The dainty small blue, whose colonies are up to 100 strong. 100. Is that not colonies? Large colonies. Large colonies. Large colonies. Lives in large colonies. That thing that says colonies are 100 strong, that sounds like large colonies to me. So number 7, I'll just write colonies. Number 7, colonies. Number 8, the first appears at the start of dash. The first appears at the start of dash. So they are still talking about small blue. So whose colonies are up to 100 strong. Some develop into butterflies early in spring. Early. Some develop into butterflies early in spring. The answer should be spring. The small blue first appears at the start of spring. S-P-R-I-N-G, spring. Number 8 is going to be spring. This now says complete more than one reproductive cycle per year. That one is in the passage. I saw it towards the end of that paragraph. So it says that will develop into butterfly in spring, allowing summer generations to complete another cycle by autumn. So that's a year. So they complete 2 cycles in a year. That's what they are saying. That's what we are saying in this last sentence here. So I have solved number 7 and number 8. Let's move on to number 9. High brown fritillary has one reproductive cycle. Is considered to be more dash than other species. Okay, more dash than other species. So fritillary, let's check. I can see fritillary here. The beautiful eye brown fritillary, often described as Britain's most endangered species. Endangered species is considered to be more endangered. Number 9 is endangered. Number 9, endangered. Britain's most endangered species. Number 10, its caterpillars occupy a limited range of dash. Its caterpillars occupy a limited range of dash. Where's caterpillar? It is found only in coppice woodland and limestone pavement habitats. It is also a single generation butterfly that has advanced phenology. Hold on. Let me go back. I can't see caterpillar again. I can see caterpillar here. Indeed, worryingly, it was found that the species in this group that specialize in very specific habitat type, often related to the caterpillar's preferred diet, actually tended to be most at harm from advancing phenology. Okay, hold on. Let me check the question again. Its caterpillars occupy a limited range of dash. Its caterpillars occupy a limited range of dash. Limited range of dash. So, where is it? It was found that the species in this group specialize in specific habitat type, often related to the caterpillar's preferred diets. The beautiful light brown field fritillary is often described as the most endangered. Okay, it is found only on limited range of habitats. Limited range of habitats. It is also a single generation butterfly. This suggests that climate change, while undoubtedly not the sole cause. This thing is habitat. Other species are less flexible and restricted to a single reproductive life cycle. I saw life cycle in that part. As one reproductive cycle ahead. Let me go on. For this species, there was no evidence of any benefits to emerging earlier. Indeed, worryingly, it was found that this species in this group that specialize in very specific, limited range, very specific habitats. It's going to be habitats. Specific habitat type, often related to the caterpillar's preferred diets. Can also be diets. Limited range of diets. Limited range of habitats. Its caterpillars occupy a limited range of, no, it can't be diets. You can't occupy diets. You can't occupy diets. You can occupy habitats. This number 10 is wasting my time. Number 10 is habitats. Now, this habitat, is it singular or plural? That's another thing. Is it habitat with S or habitat without S? Specific habitat types. Copies, woodland, and paved tone habitats. I'm going to put S in my own habitats. It can be any of the two, but I feel habitats, the habitat should have S. I think the habitat should have S. I think it should have S. So I'm going to leave it at that. When we mark, we are going to know whether it is wrong or not wrong. And then we'll do self-correction. Number 11, silver-studded blue is already able to reproduce twice a year in warm areas of dash. So silver-studded is a keyword here. Silver-studded. Yes, see silver-studded here. Therefore, as climate continues to warm, species like silver-studded blue might be able to switch to multiple generations in the UK. And so begin to extract benefits in the UK. Hold on. Many of Britain's single generation species show the capacity in continental Europe to add a second generation in years. Continental Europe. How many words are we to use? One word. Silver-studded blue is already able to reproduce twice a year in warm areas of, is it warm areas of Europe or warm areas of UK? To add a second generation in years that as warm areas of, so begin to extract additional benefits from additional warmth. Warm areas of Europe, or is it warm areas of UK? UK, warm areas of UK, warm areas of Europe. It can't be UK. Answer is going to be Europe. This test is very, very funny. Funny and complicated. Warm areas of Europe already able to reproduce twice a year. Already able to reproduce. Many of Britain's single generation species show the capacity in continental Europe to add a second generation. Is Europe? Answer is Europe. EUROPE. EUROPE is Europe. Number 12. Number 11 is Europe. Let me go on. Number 12 now. White Admiral is found in dash areas of England. White Admiral. Where is White? This is White Admiral here. The White Admiral of Southern England. Southern, that's our word. Southern, S-O-U-T-H-E-R-N. Southern areas of England. S-O-U-T-H-E-R-N. Number 13. Number 13 now. Okay? Both climate change and the dash of the caterpillar are possible reasons for decline. Okay, let's go and check. Reasons for decline. Let's go and check the passage. Reasons for the decline. More immediately, conservationists can arm themselves with all this knowledge. The White Admiral of Southern England experienced significant increase in numbers, but has shown considerable decline in the past 20 years. This may be because the caterpillar solely exists on a diet of plants called honeysuckle. Diet, that's our answer. Diet. So both climate change and the diet of the caterpillar are possible. So number 13 is going to be diet. D-I-E-T, diet. Ladies and gentlemen, I've finished solving passage 1. Let's move to passage 2 now. Deep sea mining. We have matching information, we have matching statements, and we have gap filling. I'm going to solve the gap filling first. Mining the sea floor. Mining the sea floor. Mining corporations believe that mineral resources lying under the sea may be superior to those found on the earth. They also say that this can be removed without producing much dash. Mining corporations. Mining corporations. Paragraph 1. Is there anything like mining corporations here? Not here. Paragraph 2. Mining corporations, not here. Paragraph 3. You see the way I'm scanning? I'm scanning for, see mining corporations here. Mining corporations argue that deep sea exploration could help diversify the supply of metals. Mining corporations believe that mineral resources lying under the sea may be superior. So I need to look for this word superior. Mining corporations argue that deep sea exploration could help diversify the supply of metals and point to the fact that demand for resources such as copper, aluminum, cobalt, and other metals to power technology is soaring. They say that deep sea mining could yield far superior. Can you see? I've seen that word again. I've seen that word, superior. Superior. Can you see the way I scanned and I located where to find my answers for question 24, 25, 26? They also say that this can be removed without producing much. So now I can see my answer to that now. They also say that this can be whatever. So we're superior. So let me continue from here. They say that deep sea mining could yield far superior ore to land mining with little, if any, waste. Little waste. Waste, that's our word. Waste. Without producing much waste. Number 25 is going to be waste. So I'm going to jump to number 24. Waste. W-A-S-T-E. That's the answer to number 24. Can you see the way I've solved gap filling quickly? I was able to scan quickly and locate whatever. The extraction is often done by adapting the dash that has already been used to work on land. So let me go back to that place where I saw waste, and I'll just continue from there. Different methods of extraction exist, but most involve employing some form of converted machinery previously used. Converted machinery previously used. That's our answer. converted machinery previously used. The extraction is often done by adapting the, what is going to be in this gap? Let me see who's following me. From what I just said now, what is going to be this gap for 25? By adapting the dash that has been used to work on land. Look at it in the passage here. Look at it here, this place here, let me underline it for you. Let me be sure you guys are following me. Some form of converted machinery previously used in terrestrial mining. Our answer is in what I just underlined now. What is going to be the answer, ladies and gentlemen? Let me see you guys. Thank you, machinery. That's the answer. Previously used machinery. That's it. Converted machinery. That's the word. That's the best word for that gap. Previously, by adapting the machinery that has already been used. Number 25 is going to be machinery. You must spell it correctly, oh. Machinery. Any tiny spelling mistake will cost you marks. Please don't spell wrongly. Write it exactly as it appears in the passage. So here now they wrote machinery. That's exactly how it should show up in your answer booklet. Number 26, let's move on. The method of excavation involves removing the seawater from the slurry that is brought up to ships and returning it to the seabed. However, concerned groups strongly believe that dash is necessary due to the number of unidentified consequences. Dash is necessary. So let's go back to the passage. Some people think that something is necessary. So from here, machinery previously used. I'm looking for the word necessary. I can't see it here. Let me go to paragraph D. Environmental and legal, caution. Caution is necessary. Arguing there are potentially massive unknown ramifications for the environment and for nearby communities. Caution, that's the word. The word is going to be caution. Some concerned groups, who are the thing they are calling, what are they calling concerned groups? See, environmental and legal groups, that's what they are calling concerned groups. Can you see paraphrasing here? What they are writing in the passage here as environmental and legal is what they are writing as concerned groups in the question. Strongly believe that caution is necessary due to the number of unidentified consequences. So the word is going to be caution. Look at it again. Let me show you in the passage. They have urged caution, arguing that there are potentially massive unknown. Unknown is here. Look at unknown. Unidentified. Can you see paraphrasing? This is IELTS reading. IELTS is a test of paraphrasing. IELTS reading and IELTS listening. You must be able to identify paraphrasing. Anybody who's scoring less than 7.0 in IELTS reading or IELTS listening, the problem is poor vocabulary and poor paraphrasing skills. How do you develop it? You practice more and do a lot of self-correction after every practice. That's how you improve your word, your vocabulary or paraphrasing skills. So I've solved these questions. Let me move to matching features now. This is the order in which you solve questions in IELTS reading. This is how you practice doing the thing. Let me show you again. Again, like I said earlier on, you practice doing this now. Train yourself to do it now. The order for answering questions to maximize your speed. Please practice this thing. Okay? Number one, you start with gap filling. Then matching names. Then true, false, not given. True, false, not given. These are the first three that you solve. If I'm doing passage 1 and I see true, false, not given showing up first, I can do it first because it's usually easier. And the answers usually show up from the beginning of the passage. Okay? But if gap filling shows up at the beginning of passage, if gap filling shows up anywhere in passage 2 or passage 3, I will do that gap filling first. I will not do true, false, not given first. I'll do gap filling first. Then I'll do matching names. Then I'll do true, false, not given. Then I will do matching information. Then I will do matching headings. Then I will do matching sentence endings. Then I will do the last one, multiple choice. This is the order for solving questions in IELTS reading. If you follow this order and you practice it, you are going to see that your speed will improve. You are going to be able to solve questions faster. But remember that what? You must always start with the question. Read the questions and identify keywords. And that's the pattern I'm following here. This same pattern I'm following here. I've solved gap filling in question 2 now. Now I want to solve the matching names. You can also call these ones matching features. Okay? I hope you are still with me. Let me know. Who is still with me? If you are still with me, let me see your message. Just type in the chat box. Yes, I am with you. Yes, I am with you. Let me know who is still following me. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can see you guys are following me. You are enjoying you are learning. You are learning your vocabulary. I hope you are learning vocabulary and paraphrasing. You are learning how examiners trick and trap candidates with vocabulary and paraphrasing. So how do we solve matching names? We highlight these names, register these names in our mind, and then you now go to the passage and scan for the names. You scan for the what? You scan for the names. So I've highlighted the names now. I've registered these names in my mind. Professor Matt Upton, Julie Hunter, Julia Ogon, Pradeep Singh, Dr. John Copley, Mike Johnston, Verena Thorncliffe. These are the names that I need to go to the passage and scan for. It's going to be easy for me to locate these names because they are proper now. So I'll go to the passage now. Let me go to the passage now to go and scan for the names. And then I'm going to solve. So from paragraph 1, I can see Matt Upton here. He found that a microbe from deep sea sponge was killing pathogenic bugs in the laboratory. He realized that this could be a breakthrough in the fight against antibiotic-resistant superbugs, which are responsible for thousands of deaths a year in the UK alone. So this man discovered something in his laboratory, and he realized that they could be used to fight something. Further tests confirmed that an antibiotic from sponge bacteria found living more than, okay? But Upton and other scientists who viewed the deep sea ocean and its wealth of unique undocumented species as a prospective ground for new medicine fear such potential will be lost in the rush to exploit the deep sea's equally rich metal and mineral resource. Okay? Let me check if there's anything to match to Upton. Upton. A move away from the exploration of heavy mined reserves on land is a good idea. No, good idea is not showing up in what Upton said in that paragraph. The negative effect of undersea exploration in local areas and their inhabitants are being ignored. No. They didn't talk about ignoring anything there. There are more worthwhile things to extract from the sea than minerals. There are more worthwhile things. This number 20, I'm not sure yet. Number 21, no other form of human exploration will have such destructive impacts. No. Number 21, no. More is known about outer space. No, they didn't talk about outer space. There is one marine life habitat where, no. This number 20 looks like our answer. There are more worthwhile things to extract from the sea than minerals. More worthwhile thing. It's talking about extracting medicines, but then I don't know whether I called it worthwhile. So what I'm going to do is that I'll just pick for this number. I don't want to waste time. Okay, this is what I do. I'm showing you things I would do on a typical exam setting, but it's just taking me time because I'm explaining to you. So this is what I would do on a typical exam setting. I'm going to write A for number 20. And then I will star it to show that I might still change my mind. I've not finalized on it. Okay? I'm not sure yet, but I'll just pick A for my Matt Upton. Now, I noticed something here. I practically read everything in paragraph A. So I can as well try and solve these matching information questions too. So number 14 says reference to rapidly increasing need for one raw material. They didn't mention transport in what I just read now. A rough estimate of the area of the earth. No. How a particular underwater habitat where mineral and coal and a particular underwater habitat was formed. No, I didn't see that in paragraph A. I didn't see anything like that. Reference to the fact that countries of the world, no. So there's nothing for paragraph A for 14 to 17. Paragraph B now. Upton is still talking in paragraph B. We are looking at the bioactive potential of marine resources to see if there are any more medicines or drugs down there before we destroy it forever. So this is Upton again. That's Michael Upton. Matt Upton. It's still the same Upton. Okay, so let's continue. He is among many scientists urging a halt to deep sea mining, asking for time to weigh up the pros and cons. In sustainability terms, this could be a better way of exploiting the economic potential of the deep sea, he argues. Oceanographers using remotely operated vehicles have spotted many new species. Among them have been sea cucumbers with tails allowing them to sail along the ocean floor, and a rare Dumbo octopus. Any one of these could offer life-saving potential. Upton estimates it could take up to a decade for newly discovered antibiotics to become medicine. But this race towards commercial mining. So they are still describing stuffs here. And then they mention some animals. Let me see. They did mention transport industry. Area of Earth is not mentioned. This number 16 sounds like what I just read now. How a particular underwater habitat where minerals and organisms coexist, how it was formed. No, they didn't talk about how it was formed. So there's nothing there. Let me check the second list. A move away from exploration of heavily mined reserves on land is a good idea. No, I didn't see that. Hold on, did I see it? A move away from exploring land. A move away from exploring land is a good idea. In sustainability terms, this could be a better way of exploiting the economic potential of the deep sea. It didn't compare to land. It didn't compare to land. So, number 20, there are more worthwhile things to, okay, I've picked A for no other form of human exploration will have such destructive impact on marine life as deep sea mining. No other form. No, they didn't mention destructive. There's nothing about destructive here. I don't think, that means number 22, more is known about data space. No. There's one marine life habitat where experts know. So let me move on. Next paragraph now. Paragraph C. Is there any name in paragraph C? There's no name here, but let's read it. The deep sea contains more nickel, cobalt, and rare earth metals than all land reserves combined. Mining corporations argue that deep sea exploration could help diversify the supply of metals to the point that demand for resources such as copper, cobalt, and aluminum for electrical batteries and other metals to power technology and smartphones is soaring. They say that deep sea mining could yield far superior ore to land mining. This is where is that statement now? Where they say something is better. A move away. Wait, who is talking here? Who is talking in this paragraph C? There's nobody talking here. Okay, let me go on. They say that deep sea mining could yield far superior. Different methods of extraction exist, but most involve. Okay, so they are describing method of extraction here. Let me go to paragraph D. But environmental and legal groups have urged caution. Okay. The global regulatory framework is not yet drafted. Global regulatory framework is not yet drafted. That's agree on something. Where is that statement? Agree on something. reference to the fact that countries of the world have yet to agree on rules for the exploration of the seabed. Countries of the world, that's global regulatory framework. Global. Something to regulate exploration of seabed. That's what they're talking about here. That's what they're talking about here. So this paragraph D can be matched to statement 17. They've not yet drafted the rules. So number 17 is going to be D. Wow, this one is a very time-consuming one. But then, no shaking, we move. We move, we move, we move. Let me go back. Let me go on. Paragraph B. Despite, somebody is talking here. Can you see they've quoted something here? Despite arising from the last half century, the new global gold rush of deep sea mining shares many features with past resource scrambles, including a general disregard for environmental and social impacts, and the marginalization of indigenous peoples and their rights. A paper written by Julie Hunter and Julia Agon and Pradeep Singh. Yes, I saw this name. Option B, Julie Hunter, Julia Agon, and Pradeep Singh. So they are saying that number 18, they move away. No. Number 19, the negative effect of undersea. Yes, this is our answer. Number 19 can be matched to option B. Number 19 is B. Number 19, the negative effect of undersea exploration on local areas and their inhabitants are being ignored. Let me show you where I saw that. Look at it here. Despite arising in the last half century, including, look at it, it's from here. Let me underline it. Including the general disregard, ignore, in the question, I saw the word ignore, for the environmental and social impact and the marginalization of the indigenous peoples. That's it. That's connected to what? Julie Hunter. That's number what? That's number 19. That's number 19. Let me show you that statement, number 19 again. Look at number 19 here. Negative effect of undersea exploration on local areas. Local areas means local environment. Their inhabitants talks about what? The indigenous people that are there. Ignored. Ignored means what? Ignored means disregard, general disregard. Can you see? So number 19 is matched to who? Is matched to those names. Number 19 is matched to number 19 is matched to Julie Hunter. Number 19 is going to be B. Number 19 is going to be B. Let me finish it up. The surface of the moon. The surface of the moon, Mars, and even Venus have all been mapped and studied in much greater detail, leading marine scientists to commonly remark that with respect to deep sea, we don't yet know what we need to know. We don't yet know what we need to know. Okay. Hold on, no. Transport industry. I've missed something. Where is that place where they wrote electric cars? Transport industry. Look at it, everybody. Transport industry. See transport industry here. Look at this thing here. Copper, aluminum, cobalt for electric car batteries. That's transport industry. Car batteries. Transport industry. Can you see that? Transport industry. We are seeing it in paragraph C. Can you see the way they've paraphrased it for us? And that is the answer to this question. This is number 14. Reference to the rapidly increasing need for one raw material. One raw material. What is that raw material? Those metals. Resources such as copper, aluminum, zinc. Those are the raw materials for car batteries. Okay? So this can be matched to C, can be matched to number 14. Number 14 is going to be C. Number 14 is going to be C. Okay? Number 14 is going to be C. Then let me see. Okay, let me go on. So I think I've read. Let me go back to D. This place where they wrote Moon, Mars, and Venus. I saw something about space. Health covered by oceans. Agree or lose? We have done this one. I saw something about space somewhere. Number 18 is a good idea. Number 19, we have done it. Number 20, we have done it partially. 21, outer space. More is known about outer space than what lies beneath the ocean. This one is sounding like this place. Outer space, Moon, Mars, and Venus. That's outer space. They have mapped Moon, Mars, and Venus in greater detail, leading marine scientists to commonly remark, with respect to deep sea, we don't yet know what we need to know. Leading marine scientists. Who are these marine scientists? Is it these guys? Julia Agon, Pradeep Zink? I think they are the one. I think they are the one. This passage is a funny passage. Option B can be matched to 22. The instruction says you may use any number than one, so we're allowed to use option B twice. Option B can be matched to 22. Option B, I'll write 22 for B. 22, B. 22 is going to be B. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next paragraph now. Paragraph E. Scientific research, including a recent paper, has suggested that deep seabed hydrothermal vents, which are created when sea water meets volcanic magma, have crucial impacts, which are created when, can you see they talked about creating something? There's one statement about how something is made. Look at it. How a particular underwater habitat where mineral and organisms coexist is formed, is made. Go back to that place I'm reading. That I was reading. As suggested, where is it now? Which are created. Deep sea bed and hydrothermal vents, which are created when seawater meets volcanic magma, have crucial impact upon biodiversity and global climate. The mineral-rich vents, can you see? So these hydrothermal vents contain lots of mineral. So this issue of mineral has already been sorted. Mineral. So let me look for organism now. The mineral-rich vents and their surrounds are a home to many well-known animals. This is our answer. Paragraph E. Paragraph E is matched to number 16. Number 16 is E. Can you see the way I'm doing matching information, ladies and gentlemen? This particular passage is very naughty. Someone needs to pay thorough attention, close attention, close attention. All right, back to the passage. So somebody is talking here. They are quoting, this is a quote, a quotation mark. It is becoming increasingly clear that deep sea mining poses a grave threat to these vital seabed functions. The paper, which paper? Okay, this paper here, a recent paper. We don't know who wrote that paper. Extraction methods would produce large sediments. Okay, let's jump. On deep sea vents, scientists are clear, say John Copley. We don't want mining on them. Okay. This scientist, this John Copley, says that we don't want people to do what? To do mining on deep seabed. John Copley. Is that John Copley on that list? Yes, he's on the list. Let me see. We don't want people to mine. That's what John Copley is saying. Look at it here. Let's read it again. Extraction methods would produce large sediment plumes and involve discharge of waste back into the ocean, significantly disturbing seafloor environments. On deep sea vents, scientists are clear. We don't want mining on them. So John Copley says we don't want them to be mining on deep sea vents. So let me check John Copley. Which statement can I match to John Copley here? A move away from exploration. No, not this one. Number 19. No, we have matched number 19. Number 20. There are more worthwhile things to extract from the sea. No, not number 20. Number 21. No other form of human exploration would have such destructive impacts. Yes, number 21 sounds like what I just read now. Number 21 sounds like what I just read now. Number 23. There is one marine life habitat where experts agree mining. Number 23 is better. One marine life habitat. That's what I just read now. Deep sea vents. Where is it? Let me show you again. On deep sea vents, scientists are clear, says John Copley. We don't want mining on them. So that's what they are talking about here. There's one marine life habitat. What is that habitat? Deep sea vents. Experts, scientists agree that mining should not take place there. So 23 can be matched to John Copley. So 23 is going to be C. 23 is going to be C. 23 is going to be option C. Hope you guys are following me. Who is with me? If you are still with me, let me see your message. I want you to drop your message in the chat box. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you see this passage is very, very stubborn. Stubbornly wicked. Wickedly stubborn. Stubbornly wicked. But we must be more stubborn. We must not get tired. You cannot afford to get tired. So let's go on. Paragraph E now. Paragraph E. The oceans occupy around 70% of the planet. This is it. Percentage of the Earth. Percentage of the Earth. A rough estimate of the area of the Earth covered by oceans. That's number 15 is matched to E. Number 15 is matched to E. Okay? So that's that. The oceans occupy around 70% of the planet. Mike Johnson. Is there Mike Johnson on the list? Yes, option D is Mike Johnson. Mike Johnston, it makes sense to explore this untapped potential in an environmentally sustainable way, instead of continually looking at the fast depleting land resources. This is the man that said we should not mine the land again. Number 18, a move away from exploration of heavily mined reserves on land is a good idea. It makes sense. This man said it makes sense. So number 18 can be matched to Johnston. Number 18 is D. Number 18 is D. Okay. Let me go on. Let me go back to the passage. It makes sense to explore this untapped potential in an environmentally sustainable way. Those leading the global rush. But critics say exotic and little-known ecosystems in the deep ocean could be destroyed and must be protected. Mining will be the greatest assault on deep sea ecosystem ever inflicted by humans, according to hydrothermal vent expert Werner Thornycliffe. Werner Thornycliffe is there. The only statement I've not matched is number 21. No other form of human exploration will have such destructive, such destructive impact as deep sea mining. Yes, that's Werner Thornycliffe. Look at it again. Mining will be the greatest assault on deep sea ecosystem ever inflicted by humans, says Werner Thornycliffe. That's it. So number 21 can be matched to option E. Number 21 is matched to option E. So ladies and gentlemen, I've solved question 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That 20 that I wrote. So that 20 that I wrote A4 that I start, I've not seen any better alternative for it. So I'll just leave my A like that. I'll just leave my A as my answer. Okay? I'll just leave my A as my word, as my answer. So I've solved 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So I've solved everything here. Now let's move to passage 3. Passage 3 is titled The Unselfish Gene. And then we have multiple choice questions. What do we do to multiple choice questions? We solve them last. Gap filling, what do we do with them? We solve them first. So I'm going to solve this gap filling, and then I'll solve yes, no, not given. Then I'll go to the multiple choice questions. Okay? Okay. Are you still with me? Who is still following me? Let me see. If you are following me, let me see your message in the chat box. Drop your message in the chat box. All right. Thank you very much. I can see your feedback. Thank you for that feedback. So let's start with these gap filling questions. It says that contemporary hunter-gatherer societies. I have a keyword here, Bruce Noft. Bruce Noft's research shows that contemporary hunter-gatherer societies tend to exhibit a high level of dash in all areas of life. So my keyword here is Bruce Noft. Okay, exhibits high level hunter-gatherer. So those are my keywords. So let's go to the passage and look for Bruce Noft. Paragraph 1, there's nothing like Bruce here. Paragraph 2, Richard Dawkins. There's no Bruce here. Paragraph 3, there's no Bruce here. Paragraph 4, there's no Bruce here. Paragraph 5, I can see Bruce Noft. So let's read. Let's focus read now. Focus read. Okay? Let's focus. So it says that what? As the anthropologist Bruce Noft has remarked, hunter-gatherers are characterized by extreme political and sexual egalitarianism. This is big vocabulary that can scare somebody. But don't be scared. Let's just read and interpret this sentence using the information in this paragraph. Noft has observed that individuals in such groups, which group? Hunter-gatherer societies, okay? Individuals in such groups don't accumulate property or possessions and have ethical obligations to share everything. They also have methods of preserving egalitarianism by ensuring that disparities of status don't arise. That's all. So look at it again. Bruce Noft has remarked hunter-gatherers are characterized by extreme political and sexual egalitarianism. Let's go to the summary. Bruce Noft's research shows that contemporary hunter-gatherer societies tend to exhibit a high level of egalitarianism. Is that the answer? In all areas of life, egalitarianism. Interesting word. Let me go back to the passage. Where is it? Look at it now. Hunter-gatherers are characterized by extreme sexual egalitarianism. Noft has observed that individuals do not accumulate possession and have an ethical obligation to share everything. They also have methods of preserving the egalitarianism. That's our answer. Egalitarianism. It's a funny word. Egalitarianism. I give you assignment. Go and find out the meaning of that word and how to use it in a sentence. Construct 3 sentences for that word and post it in the WhatsApp group. That's your assignment. 31. I hope my answer is correct. I don't want to waste time. Let me check and make sure I spell it correctly. Egalitarianism. It has to do with, let me not say it before some people go and pick my word and use it as their answer. Egalitarianism. Egalitarian, R-I-A-N-I-S-M. Egalitarianism. Egalitarian. All right, let's go on. Next sentence. In these cultures, distributing resources fairly among all members is a moral obligation. Yes, they talked about sharing something. These societies also employ strategies to prevent differences in Status. Differences in status. Where is it? This differences, look at it there. Disparities of status. Disparities of status. That's it. Differences in status. That's our answer. So answer is going to be status. Number 32 is going to be what? To prevent differences in status occurring. STATUS, status occurring. For example, the Kong follow a custom whereby the credit for one person's success at dash is given to another member of the group. Okay, let's go to Kong. I saw Kong somewhere. See Kong here. Many anthropologists believe that societies such as Kong, hold on, there's Kong here. The Kong people of Southern Africa, for example, swap arrows before going hunting. And when an animal is killed, the acclaim or the credit, this is another word for acclaim, the credit does not go to the person who fired the arrow, but to the person the arrow belongs to. That's interesting. The person below the arrow belongs to. So where is it now? The credit, another word for acclaim, the credit for one person's success at hunting. Hunting is going to be the word. Where is it now? Swap arrows before going hunting. That's it. Hunting. Number 33 is going to be hunting. Hunting. Number 33 is going to be hunting. It's going to be hunting. Okay? Number 33 is going to be hunting. Hunting. They follow a custom where the credit for one person's success at hunting is given to another member of the group. One person's success at hunting is given to another member of the group. Okay, so hunting fits more appropriately. It fits more appropriately. Individuals who behave in a dash manner are punished by being excluded from the group. So individuals who behave in a dash manner are punished. So back to the passage. If a person becomes too domineering, individuals who behave in a domineering manner, the other members of the group ostracize them. Domineering, that's the word. Individuals who behave in a domineering manner are punished by being excluded. Excluded is a paraphrase for ostracized. Ostracized is the same thing as so now what's it called? Behave in a domineering way. Number 34, domineering. Domineering way, domineering manner. That's going to be the word. Individuals who behave in a what? In a domineering way. Where is it now? If a person becomes too domineering, the other members of the group ostracize them. Yes, that's it. So domineering is the word. Let's go on. By being excluded from the group. And women have a considerable amount of dash in choices regarding work and marriage. Women have a considerable amount of dash in choices regarding work or marriage. So let's go back to the passage. Where is that domineering? Typically in such groups, men do not dictate what women do. Women in hunter-gatherer groups worldwide often benefit from a high level of autonomy. That's our word. Autonomy. A considerable amount of autonomy. Number 35 is autonomy. 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 So, ladies and gentlemen, I've solved the gap filling questions. Let's move to the yes, no, not giving questions. Yes, no, not giving questions. So, some anthropologists are mistaken about the point when the number of societies such as the ICONG began to decline. What are my keywords here? ICONG is a keyword here. Hold on. There's something I like to try whenever I'm doing yes, no, not giving, showing up at the end of the passage. I like to start with the last question, and then I'll scan for my answer from the last paragraph. Animal research has failed to reveal a link between changes in the environment and the emergence of aggressive tendencies. Animal research is a keyword here. Failed is another keyword. Link. Changes in the environment, emergence of aggressiveness. So let me go to the last paragraph of the passage to see whether I will see those keywords. Animal research. There's nothing like animal research here. Environments and then aggressive tendencies. Is it here? I can't see it here. Let me go to the paragraph before that. Perhaps these negative traits, research. This is aggressiveness, more violence. That's sounding like aggressive. Hi. This last sentence, we need to focus on this last sentence. This sentence I just highlighted now. Okay, now let's focus. Research has shown repeatedly. Research. Notice what they wrote in the statement. Animal research has failed. Let's go back to the passage. Research has shown repeatedly that when the natural habitats means environment. See, environment here. Environment. Let's go back to the passage. Can you see the way I'm breaking this thing down? Research has shown repeatedly that when the natural habitat of primates, such as apes and gorillas, are disrupted, in other words, when you disrupt their environment, they tend to become more violent and hierarchical. Hi, go back. Perhaps these negative traits should be seen as a later development, the result of environmental and psychological factors. Animal research has failed to reveal the link between changes in the environment. This thing is contradicted. Number 40 should be no. It's contradicting the view. It showed there's a link. That is, repeated research has shown that there's a link. So, number 40, I'm going to pick no for it. No, I don't think the answer should be no. I'm going to pick no based on, I'm picking no based on this place, this particular part I read. And then maybe this sentence, this part before it. So I'm picking my no based on that. I tell you, if you pick yes for an answer, you must be able to point at the particular part that you are using as your reference. If you pick no, you must be able to point at the particular part of what you are using as your reference. Not given, you might not be able to point at a sentence, but then you'll be able to point at a place where you saw those keywords, and then you did not see the other keywords. So I call that thing track. You must be able to track your answer to know that, okay, yes, I picked my answer from the right place. It's part of the things that helps you to master this thing that we call IELTS reading. So I saw number 40. Let me go to number 39. Negative traits are more apparent in some modern cultures than in others. Negative traits are more apparent in some modern cultures. So I'll just be going back. I'll just be going back until I solve everything. So look at it. If prehistoric life wasn't really as brutal as has often been assumed, why do modern humans behave so selfishly and ruthlessly? Hi, hold on. It makes more sense then to see traits such as cooperation, egalitarianism, altruism, and peacefulness as innate characteristics of human beings. These were the traits that were prevalent in human life for tens of thousands of years. So presumably these traits are still strong in us now. Back to the question. Negative traits are more apparent in some. No, so they are comparing here some modern cultures than in others. more apparent in some modern cultures than in others. But the part I read, I've not seen any comparison of cultures, especially comparison of modern cultures. The only comparison I've seen is comparison of human beings that lived many, many years ago and human beings today. So my answer is going to be not given. Let me see. This one. Many anthropologists believe that societies such as Kong were normal. In view of the above, there seems to be little reason to assume that traits such as racism, they didn't compare cultures. They didn't compare cultures. So number 39, not given. This is a classical case of passage is silent about something. If the passage is silent about one of the keywords, if the passage is silent about one of the keywords, like in this case now, modern cultures, more apparent in some modern cultures, then you are going to pick not given. Number 38, being peaceful and cooperative is a natural way for people to behave. This one is true. This one is yes. Being peaceful and cooperative. I saw it, egalitarianism, look at it. It makes more sense then to see traits such as cooperation, egalitarianism, altruism, and peacefulness as innate characteristics of humans. Innate means that is inborn, is natural. So that's what's it called? Number 38. Number 38 is going to be yes. I'll pick yes for number 38. Number 37. Humans who developed warlike traits in prehistory would have had an advantage over those who did not. Okay, warlike traits in prehistory. Let's go back to the passage. Warlike traits. I can see warfare here. In view of the above, there seems to be little reason to assume that traits such as racism, warfare, and male domination should have been selected by evolution, as they would have been of little benefit in prehistoric era. Individuals who behaved selfishly and ruthlessly would be less likely to survive, since they would have been ostracized from their groups. Let me see. Humans who develop warlike traits in prehistory would have had an advantage. No. It's contradictory. That thing says they will have been ostracized. Presumably, where is it now? Where is it? This place here. Individuals who behave selfishly and ruthlessly, that's warlike, will be less likely to survive since they would have been ostracized from their group. So this one should be no. This is number 37. They won't have advantage because they will have been ostracized. Number 37 should be no. Number 37 should be no. Then number 36. Some anthropologists are mistaken about the point when the number of societies such as Kong began to decline. The point or the time when they began to decline. So let's go back. Many anthropologists believe that societies such as the Kong were normal until a few thousand years ago, when population growth led to the development of agriculture and a settled life. A few thousand years ago. A few thousand years ago. Some anthropologists are mistaken about the point when the number of societies began to decline. Mistaken. That word mistaken. I can't say anything like mistaken here. Mistaken. In view of the above. Mistaken. We don't know. We don't know. Number 36, not given. Not given. We don't know. We are not sure. I've solved the yes, no, not given questions. Now let's move to the last set of questions. Multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. What is the writer doing in the first paragraph? Who is still with me? Let me know if you are still following me. Drop your chat message in the drop a message in the Zoom chat. Let me know whether you're following me. If you are still with me, let me see your message. Let me see whether you guys are still with me. All right. Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. Very good. I can see your message. Now, let's finish up. Let's solve these multiple choice questions. It's very time consuming. Yeah. But I believe that you are learning. That's the important thing. You should be learning. The more you practice these things, the better you get. The better you get, the faster you get. So the idea is to practice more and build up your vocabulary. The richer your vocabulary, the faster you move through it, the faster you'll be able to solve questions in IELTS reading. That's it. And the way to build up your vocabulary is to practice more questions. What is the writer doing in the first paragraph? So let's go to the first paragraph. There has been a long and general assumption that human beings are essentially selfish. We are apparently ruthless and with strong impulses to compete against each other for resources and to accumulate power and possessions. If we are kind to one another, it is usually because we have ulterior motives. If we are good, it is only because we have managed to control and transcend our innate selfishness and brutality. Okay? So, what are we doing here? The person is trying to tell us that we're actually kind and good. But then, if we show some bad behaviors, it's because of certain things. That's what I'm saying in that paragraph. The writer is setting out two opposite views about human nature. Justifying his opinion about our no, it's not B. Answer might be A, but it's definitely not B. It's not justifying anything. It's presenting, okay, let me see. So he gave us an assumption that human beings are selfish. Okay, he says we are apparently ruthless with strong impulses. If we are kind to one another, it's usually because we have ulterior motives. If we are good, it's only because we have managed to control our ulterior motives. Okay? Justifying his opinion about our tendency to be greedy. That's sounding like it. Option A, setting out two opposing views. Two opposing views. There has been a general assumption that human beings are selfish. So selfish is a negative thing. Keep that in mind. We are apparently ruthless. That's negative. Strong impulses to compete. That's still negative. Accumulate power position. That's still negative. So you see, that's still one position. If we are kind, now it now moves to the other side, positive. It is usually because we have ulterior motive. That's negative. In other words, if somebody is kind, that kindness, you should suspect it. You can't trust that person. That person must be ulterior, must have some ulterior motive. If we are good, it is only because we have managed to control and transcend our innate selfishness. And so this paragraph generally suggests that this writer believes that human beings are negative. That's what I'm seeing in this paragraph one. So option A is out of it. Option B sounds like our answer. Option B sounds like our answer. Option C, describing a commonly held belief. Describing a commonly held belief about people's behavior. Explaining why it thinks humans act in a selfish manner. Explaining why it thinks humans act in a selfish manner. No, I don't think it's explaining. Answer is between B and C. Describing a commonly held belief about people's behavior. I think justifying his opinion about our tendency to be greedy. Our tendency to be greedy, selfish, greedy, selfish. Hi, I'm going to go for option B. This thing is wasting time. I'll go for option B. I'll go for option B. Some people are writing C, some people are writing B. It's between B and C. I don't know. But when we mark, we'll know which one is which one. This is my first time of solving this particular set of questions. Number 28. What point is made about Richard Dawkins' book, The Selfish Gene? So let's go to the passage and see Richard Dawkins. That's paragraph 2. This bleak view of human nature is closely associated with the science writer Richard Dawkins, whose 1976 book, The Selfish Gene, became popular because it fitted so well with the competitive and individualistic ethos that was so prevalent in the late 20th century societies. Like many others, Dawkins justifies his views with reference to the field of evolutionary psychology. Evolutionary psychology theorizes that present-day human traits developed in prehistoric times during what is termed the environment of evolutionary adaptedness. So, what point is made about Richard Dawkins' books? Its appeal lay in the radical nature of its ideas. No, there's nothing radical. He was talking about what was happening during that time. The book fitted so well with and helped justify the competitive and individualistic ethos that was prevalent. So it wasn't radical. It was something that was happening then that, I mean, the book was, so A cannot fit in. Its success was due to the scientific support it offered. Scientific, is there any scientific support here? Justifies its view with reference to the field of evolutionary psychology. Maybe that's the scientific support. Its success was due to the scientific support it offered. Its success was due to the success. When did they talk about the success? It became so popular because it fitted with. So that's the success is because the success was because it fitted with the competitive and individualistic ethos. It's not because of the science. So option B is out. Option C, it presented a view that was in line with the attitude of its time. That's our answer. Option C. It presented a view that was in line with the attitude of its time. It took an innovative approach to the analysis of human. I'll pick option C for number 28. Option C. I'll pick option C for number 28. Okay? Number 29. Number 29. What does the writer suggest about prehistoric era in the fourth paragraph? So let's go to the fourth paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is paragraph 4. This is paragraph 4 here. Okay? It is important to remember that in the prehistoric era, the world was very sparsely populated. According to some estimates, around 15,000 years ago, the population of Europe was only 29,000, and the population of the whole world was less than 500,000. Humans at that time were hunter-gatherers, people who lived by hunting wild animals and collecting wild plants. Those are the people they call hunter-gatherers. With such small population densities, it seems unlikely that prehistoric hunter-gatherer groups had to compete against each other for resources or had any need to develop ruthlessness and competitiveness or go to war. Back to the question. What does the writer suggest about the prehistoric era in the fourth paragraph? Societies were more complex. No. Supplies of natural resources were probably, maybe. Option B is most likely correct. Most estimates about population sizes were likely, they didn't talk about estimate of population in that paragraph. Humans moved across continents more. No. Option B is the answer. Number 29, option B. No need to waste time there. Number 30, the writer refers to Bruce North's work as support for the idea that Bruce North. So, this is Bruce North here. Bruce North. There is a, let's take it from the beginning of that paragraph. There is significant evidence to back this notion from contemporary hunter-gatherers who live in the same way as prehistoric humans did. As the anthropologist Bruce Noft has remarked, hunter-gatherers are characterized by extreme political and sexual egalitarianism. Noft has observed that individuals in such groups don't accumulate property and possession and have the ethical obligation to share everything. They also have methods of preserving egalitarianism by ensuring that disputes of status don't arise. Okay, it now gives example. Okay, the writer refers to Bruce Noft's work as support for the idea that selfishness is a relatively recent development in human societies. Only people in isolated communities can live in an unselfish manner. Very few lifestyles have survived unchanged. Hunter-gatherers cultures worldwide are declining. I think it's because of selfishness is a relatively recent development in recent society. Is option A? Is option A? Many anthropologists believe that societies such as Kong was Bruce Noft that did research and came up with these Kong people. Noft has observed that individuals in such groups don't accumulate properties and possession. So here it says that what? Many anthropologists believe that societies such as Kong were normal until a few thousand years ago, when population growth led to development of agriculture and a settled lifestyle. So this thing is sounding like option A. To me, it's sounding like option A. Selfishness is a relatively recent development in human societies. Option B says only people in isolated communities can live. No, it's not B. C, very few lifestyles have survived unchanged. That passage is not about lifestyle. It's about selfishness. Selfish lifestyle. Hunter-gatherer cultures worldwide are declining. It's not about number of cultures. Number 30, answer is A. Answer is going to be option A. Ladies and gentlemen, I have solved all the questions 1 to 40. Let me post my answers, and then we are going to check the book. We are going to check the back of the book. We are going to check the back of the book and see whether our answers are correct. Are you guys still with me? And we're going to see the answers that are correct and the ones that are wrong. Let me post the answers here. If you are still with me, let me see your message. Let me know who is still with me. Let me know if you guys are still with me. Let me know if you are still with me. If you are still with me. If you're still with me. If you're still with me. All right. Okay, I can see your messages. So this is question 1 to 20. Let me post question 21 to 40 on the other side. Um, 21 to 40. Okay, post it on the other side. On the other side of the bridge. The other side of the bridge. Yes. So we have our answer here now. So this is Cambridge IELTS 19 academic test 4. Academic test 4. Okay. Number 1 is false. Number 2 is true. Number 3, false. Number 4, not given. Number 5, false. Number 6, true. Number 7, colonies. Number 8, spring. Number 9, endangered. Number 10, habitats. This, remember we talked about this habitat that I was saying, is it S or it doesn't have S? Can you see in the question, in the answer booklet, they put S in brackets. What does that mean? It means that the S is not compulsory. If you write habitat without S, you are correct. If you write habitat with S, you are correct. Number 11, Europe. This Europe too, I was debating, is it Europe or UK? And that UK wasn't sounding appropriate. So Europe, correct. Number 12, Southern. Number 13, Diet. Number 14, C. Number 15, F. Very good. We're going to do self-correction for that. Number 15 should be F. We're going to check it later on. Number 16, E. Number 17, D. 18, D. 19, B. 20, A. This one, can you see? Is correct. 21, E. 22, B. 23, C. 24, waste. Machinery, caution. 27, this is multiple choice. 27 is C. 27 is C. 28 is C. 29 is B. 30 is A. Egalitarianism, status, hunting, domineering, autonomy, not giving, no, yes, not giving, no. Ladies and gentlemen, 38 over 40. Am I? Yeah, 38 over 40. I think that's band 8.5 or so. So, but the score is not the important thing. The important thing is to do self-correction. It's extremely important. So, let's go and check that number 15. That number 15, how come? What happened to number 15? Let me see. That multiple choice. And if I get multiple choice questions wrong, I don't even stress myself. Multiple choice questions are very nasty. Number 15. Rough estimates of the area covered by the ocean. This is a writing mistake. Oh, this one is a writing mistake. F, you see now, I guess you guys remembered when I picked this answer. I mistakenly wrote E instead of writing F. Can you see mistake? As in writing mistake. This is a writing mistake. I saw the answer in the right place. I should have written F, but I wrote E. Interesting. These are real things that happen, I mean, when you practice. And sometimes it can happen on the exam day. That's why I tell people that what? After you are finished, take some time to go through what you have written. And be sure that what? That you have picked the right answer. Assuming I went through my answers, I would have corrected this F, this number 15. I will have corrected it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at number 27. This number 27 that they said is C. That's multiple choice. Multiple choice is very, very stubborn. Number 27, they said the answer is C. Describing a commonly held belief. So, we were debating between B and C. I guess you guys remember that we were debating. I was saying that the answer is between B and C. B and C. But then I just said, okay, let me just go for B. And I think in the chat, some of you are typing C. You are typing C. So you guys are actually correct. So C is actually more appropriate. Describing a commonly held belief. So the reason why I would agree with that is because at the beginning starts with this statement. A long assumption, there has long been a general assumption that people are selfish. So, what's it called? That option C says a general belief about people's opinion. But option B says his opinion. So option C says that what? His opinion. Option B says his opinion. So that's why I'm looking at it again now. I'm saying that, okay, the basis of option C is that entire paragraph is about the author's opinion. But then, if we go based on the first sentence, the first thing that the writer wrote is about what? Is about the general assumption that people are selfish. And then he now begins to write other sentences to build on that general assumption. He did not start that paragraph by talking about his own opinion. He started that paragraph by talking about what? A general belief, a general assumption.
So
what makes option C
general assumption
option B. Can you see self-correction? You see the way I've done self-correction now? I scored 38 over 40 and I still did self-correction. I learned from my mistake. Assuming I scored 18 over 40, I would still have done self-correction. Self-correction helps you to learn more about how these guys trick and trap candidates. So I hope with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you. that it is very, very easy to get band 8.5 or band 9.0 in IELTS reading. So I'm going to pause here for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, just drop your question in the WhatsApp chat. I'm going to attend to it as soon as I can. I'm going to drop a full reading test for you to do. That's going to be your assignment for today. I'll drop one for IELTS Academic. I'll drop another one for IELTS General. So as usual, you solve it and then you send me the snapshot so that I can send you the correct answers so that you can mark your work. So thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.